What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. I know it's been a minute, but today I'm back and I'm gonna be showing y'all how to change the oil in your Nissan 370Z. Now, the steps in this video apply to any car or vehicle that has the VQ37 engine. The tips that I'll show you in this video will help with that if you have this type of engine, or if not, if you have any car, the tips in this video will help you change your oil and just show you the basics of what you need to do. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So if you're subscribed to my channel, you've already seen my car, but this is my 2015 Nissan 370Z. And first, before we start, I'm gonna just show y'all some of the supplies and some of the things that I have right here that will help you in getting this job knocked out. So just a quick run through of the supplies and the tools that I have for this job. First, you're gonna need you some jack stands. That's mandatory. Never get under a car without jack stands. I learned that lesson. Don't do it. Get you some jack stands. Next is the oil pan, of course, to catch your oil. There's some oil filter wrenches in here. You're probably not gonna need these unless your oil filter is really tight or stuck on there. You're probably not gonna need them, but it's always good to have tools just in case. Your oil funnel to put the new oil in once you're finished, some towels to clean up, and a crush washer, a new one. You're gonna need that to put on your drain plug. And then here I got some gloves and just a small tool set. You're not gonna need that many tools for this job. You will need a ratchet and a socket, and I'll show you that in a second, but just a tool kit here. Then next, we have our wooden planks. And you're probably asking, what are these for? Well, when you have a static car, unfortunately, you can't jack your car up without driving on wooden planks first. So for all my static people out there, you know the struggle already. But yeah, that's why I got the planks. And of course, you're gonna need your oil and your filter. The brand is up to you. This is what I choose personally, but it's up to you. And you're gonna need a jack. Now, before you start your oil change, you wanna make sure your car is cooled down, at least been sitting for at least 1 to 2 hours, so all of the oil has drained to the bottom and it's not hot. So when you change it, you don't burn yourself. So my car's been sitting now for about maybe 3-4 hours, so it's ready to go. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do when I start my oil change is take off the oil cap. And what this does is releases the pressure out of the crankcase. So always start by taking your oil cap off, and you can just set it here or wherever. Now, once the oil cap is off, you're ready to jack the car up. And I mentioned earlier that my car is lowered, so I'm gonna have to put these wooden planks up underneath first before I'm able to jack it. So if you're static like me and super low, just get you some wooden planks like this, put them under your tire, just so your wheel can get that little bit of clearance and you can fit the jack under. So what I'm gonna do, put these under here, and then I'm going to turn the car on and drive it up. Okay, now that the car is on my makeshift ramp, I got enough space to jack it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my jack and start jacking it up. Now, once you finish jacking the car up, you wanna grab your jack stand, slide it under, and you wanna find this jack point right here, or pinch weld. It has to line up here. And you see I got a lot more room, so I'm going to make it higher like that. And that's how you put jack stands. If you don't know how to use them, this is how you use it. And now you can safely drop the car and it'll sit supported on the jack stand. So now you want to repeat the same process for the other side. Now you want to grab the other jack stand and do the same thing. Find that pinch weld underneath and line it up. And then once you have it lined up, and you're ready to jump it. Now after you drop the car onto both jack stands, I always do this as an extra safety. I keep the jack where it's at and just simply jack it back up to match where it's touching the pinch weld. So if anything happens, the jack is still in place and then you got the two jack stands in place. So this thing should not be going anywhere. It's set and ready to go. So once your car is jacked up and in the air, now you're ready to start the job. Now the next step is to grab your oil pan here and just put it underneath where the oil is going to come out, and you'll be able to tell where that is once you see the drain plug right here. So look for this and position your oil pan underneath it to catch the oil. Now once you have your oil pan in position, this is the fun part. So earlier I said that you're not going to need a lot of tools for this job. This is all you'll need right here, is a ratchet and a socket. Now my drain plug, I bought an aftermarket one. This is from Z1 Motorsports. This one has a 15 millimeter head, so yours might have a different size head than mine. You're gonna have to figure out what size your drain plug's head is, but I think the OEM drain plug is a 15 as well, or a 14. So all you want to do is crack this open, and you want to turn counterclockwise. So turn to your left. Okay, so now it's loose, and you can turn the rest with your fingers. Now you want to position this so you don't get splashed with oil. Just position it right and you should be fine. Now you want to let this drain out until you see a trickle. So it's going to keep going. Once it starts trickling down and starting to slow down, you can proceed to the next step. So once you take your drain plug out, while you're waiting for your oil to drain, this is the perfect time to replace your drain plug crush washer. So you see how this right here, the one that was last put on, is smushed. This is what a new one looks like. And once you actually tighten it, it'll crush down. That's why they're called crush washers. It'll crush down to make sure no oil leaks out. So this is your new one. And we're gonna take this old one off and replace it with that one. And all you have to do to remove it is to spin it. You just spin it off like a top, like a bottle top. So now, as you can see, the old crush washer is off, and we're gonna put the new one on. This is important too, the way you put it on. So if you pay attention to the rings, the crush washer has a flat side and it has a smaller side with a divot or like a little dent right here in it. So that side needs to be down. The bigger flat side needs to be facing up against the oil pan. So you will put it on like this, top down. So you just simply put it on here and you spin it back on, same way you took it off. And this is what it should look like once you're finished. And now you're ready to put it back on and proceed to your next step. So as you can see, the oil is now slowly trickling down, pretty much drained, fully drained. And that's how you know you're ready to move on to the next step. So now you're gonna take your drain plug with your crush washer and put it back in, but don't tighten it. Just leave it finger tight so no more oil comes out. And this one is magnetic, so this one is kind of a pain to get back in. Okay, now once you get your drain plug back in, you want to just, like I said, finger tight. So you see no more oil is coming out. That's how we want to leave it, and then we'll move on to our next step. So the next step is right up here, your oil filter. You want to go ahead and take your filter out. Now, it should be hand tight. That's how tight your oil filter should be. But if it is tighter than hand tight and you can't turn it with your hand, you might have to use a tool. So for your oil filter, again, you want to turn it counterclockwise. And once it's loose like this, get your pan ready, because it's gonna get messy. Just spin it off. See it starting to trickle down. Keep on turning, keep on turning. There you go. Put that right there in this little resting spot. And then you want to wait until this drains out. And you can, while you're waiting, you can prepare your next step. Now the next step right here, you want to grab your new oil filter and you want to prepare it to get put back on. And to do that, all you have to do, put your finger in your new oil right here. Just get a little bit on your finger and rub it around the rubber edge. That's all you got to do. Do it one more time. And just put your new oil just to lubricate that rubber so it doesn't dry out and get stuck. Now, some people pour oil into the filter. I don't do that. I've never done that. You can do it if you want to, but I don't think it's necessary. All you have to do is just lubricate this ring so it doesn't dry and get stuck when you want to take it out for the next time. So now that that's finished, we can go ahead and put this new oil filter back on. Now to put it back on, you just want to turn it to the right. Just line it up with that screw, turn it to the right. And you want to make sure that the filter is only hand tight. Same thing applies to a lot of other parts, but you just want to make sure, like right now it's getting tight. Just keep going a little bit, as tight as your hand can go. So like now it's getting real tight. Just want to do one more little turn like that, and that's it. Just stop right there. And that should be tight enough. It won't fly off, and you'll be good to go. Now, once your new filter is back in place, you can go ahead and tighten your drain plug all the way down, like so. Turn to the right. Make sure it's tight. You see that crush washer getting crushed? That's a good sign. You want that to be as tight, not as tight as possible, but really tight, so no oil leaks out of here. You want to just go as tight as your hand could go. Again, don't over tighten it. You don't want to strip anything in here, but that's tight enough, and the crush washer is fully compressed. So now you're finished, and all you have to do is put your new oil in. Now, once you finish pouring your oil in, your job is finished and your oil is changed. And now you can go ahead and lower your car and turn it on, check for any leaks, and you'll be good to go. Now, once your car is on the ground, you want to go ahead and get your dipstick and check the level to make sure that it's at the right place. And as you can see, it is. As long as it's between those two dots, you're good. So After checking your oil level and making sure it's all good and at the right level, you want to go ahead and put your oil cap back on and start the car up. And you want to let the car run for about 5 to 10 minutes just to let the new oil circulate through the system and run through the filter, stuff like that. So go ahead and turn it on and let it run for about 5 minutes and you'll be ready to drive. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes now, 5-7 minutes. The oil should be all up to temp and circulated throughout the system. So now your car is good and ready to drive. And that's how you change your oil on your Nissan 370Z or VQ37 engine. If y'all want more videos like this, drop a comment, let me know what you think, and I hope it helps.